Hey guys, Panzer J back here in Operation Big Red 1. This is turn 11.8 KMT and 11.9 United States, July of 1941. So let's get into the KMT portion of the turn. So they had 9 IPP to spend. They're going to spend all of it on 3 cavalry. And then we have no attacks. And how about non-combat? We're actually not going to have any non-combat either. So let's just go ahead and put down our 3 cavalry. They go down with our army there in Kui Chau. Put them on the card. The KMT is sitting at $1. They spent everything, so $1 is what they'll have next turn. The only thing that changed is Kui Chau. So in Kui Chau we have 2 militia, 1 mountain infantry, 3 cavalry, 6 artillery, and 15 infantry. Okay, on to the U.S. portion. We don't have any purchases laid out except for a Lend-Lease because we got to see what happens with tech. So we're going to try for radar, 7 or higher, improved factory, 7 or higher, amphib doctrine, 7 or higher, jets, 8 or higher, large ship construction, 8 or higher, and rockets, 9 or higher. And just a quick housekeeping. The guys in the group generously came to the conclusion that my roll last turn for heavy strat bombers did actually succeed. So that finished off strat bombers for the United States last turn. Okay, so let's go for radar first at a 7. A 1 we miss. Factories at a 7. An 8 we succeed. Amphib doctrine at a 7. A 12 we succeed. Jets at an 8. An 11 we succeed. I think that finishes jets. Large ship at an 8. A 5 we miss. And rockets at a 9. Oh, rockets at a 9. A 9 we succeed. So another good tech turn. So 4 out of 6. So I believe that finishes off jets and rockets, plus amphib and factories. Okay. So, jets finished. Rockets we finished. Amphib goes to 3. And we get on the board with factories. Okay, so not too bad. So I think that gives us our tech point. I think we got the 4 techs that were required for the U.S. victory point, so that's good. Okay, so now let's do purchases. So we got convoyed for 3, so we got $72. So let's do some quick math here. Okay, we're going to finish off our 2 battleships at stage 2. So unfortunately, we didn't hit large ships, so they're 5 apiece, so that's $10. We've got a Lend-Lease seaplane to the British for 7, so that's 17. So that gives us $55. Let's see what we got over here. For 55, we're going to do a heavy strat bomber for 13. So that leaves us 42. We're going to pay off the 6 damage to the major port in Portugal. So that's for 6. That leaves us $36. We're going to do a jet for Portugal. That's 12. So what was I down to? 36. So I'm down to 24. Let's see, 24. We're going to do 2 medium armor for 12. That leaves us 12. We're going to do an infantry and a militia upgrade. So the infantry's 3, the militia upgrade's 2, so that's another 5. So I think that leaves me $7. And we're going to do a naval transport for 6, and that leaves us $1. So I think we have $1. So let's go through this one last time. So 72 to spend. We're going to lend lease the British a seaplane for 7. We're going to finish 2 battleships for 10. That's 17. A heavy strat bomber for 13 is 30. A jet for 12 is 42. 2 medium armor for 12 is 54. Oh, this doesn't seem... Oh, that's 54. The infantry and militia upgrade is 59. 6 for a naval transport is 65. And then 6 to pay off the damage to the port in Portugal. So that leaves us $1. So we saved $1. Okay, unfortunately, again, no combat at all. Quite depressing. I'm definitely getting the itch to attack here and having to show some patience. Okay, so how about non-combat? So these 2 destroyers here in A-18, if they're coming off escort duty, that might be combat. So they're going to go at a major base here in Nova Scotia, 1, 2, 3, not that they needed it. They're going to go import there in A-30 off of Washington, D.C. Then here in A-35 are going to be 2 of our naval transports. We're going to do strategic naval movement, 1, 2, 3, and they're going to go in port here in A-30 off of Washington, D.C. We've got a medium bomber that's in Gibraltar with a movement of 6 because we have long-range aircraft. That's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and land in New York. I think that's it on this side of the world. Okay, how about over in the Pacific? We are going to go ahead and take our fleet here off of San Francisco. So we've got 2 battleships, a heavy cruiser, a fleet carrier, and a naval transport. The naval transport's going to pick up the Marine and the AA gun in San Francisco and go 1, 2, 3. Drop them off on Midway. These ships are all going to go 1, 2, 3, join the fleet. The fighter in San Francisco at an airbase 1, 2, 3, 4 land on the carrier. The fighter that was on Midway is going to fly out and land on the carrier. And I think that is it for... What does old Sneaky Pete have that he could attack me with? Not much. So we're going to go with... How about we're going to take our 2 coastal subs that are in Midway. And they're going to go... They had a sub base. They're going to go 1, 2 to P-18. So those 2 coastal subs will go there. And I think that's it. Okay, so how about unit placement? So let's, on the West Coast, we really don't have, we got a couple of things, I guess. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, import, and place the newly purchased naval transport and our 2 battleships. Everything else is East Coast. So we've got a jet that we're placing in Portugal. So I'll put that on the card over here. We got a heavy strat bomber. So Bruce did the math. I think we have triumph of capitalism. So if that's the case, we're going to put the heavy strat bomber here in London. If it's not the case, then it can just go, I guess it really doesn't matter a whole lot. It can just go in New York, but I'm going to put it over here in London for now, assuming Bruce's math is correct. We've got a Lend-Lease seaplane. It can leave New York, make its way up to New England, leave the major port there, make its way over to southern England, and then everything else is Washington, D.C. So The militia upgrade was here in DC, so take him off. So that's 2 infantry, counting the upgrade, and 2 medium armor in DC. And that should be it. I don't think we want to move anything else right now. Do I want to move those 2 coastal subs in A35? I think we will. So we're going to take the 2 coastal subs that are in A35, and they're going to come down 1 to A44. And that's it. Okay, so how about income? We're sitting at 62. We saved once, that's 63. And then we have our 12 bonus, that gives us 75. So how about a unit recap? We have a heavy strat bomber in London. If not London, it's in New York. We got a medium bomber in New York. In port in A30 off of DC. We got 2 destroyers and 2 naval transports. In DC, we got 2 infantry and 2 medium armor. In A35, we have a fleet carrier with 2 tactical bombers, a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, 2 destroyers, 4 naval transports. In Portugal, we have a militia, a jet, 6 infantry, 6 artillery. The French also have a fighter. A44 has 2 coastal subs. The production chart is down to just a fleet carrier at stage 3. In port off of San Francisco, we've got 2 battleships and a naval transport. On Midway, we have 5 infantry, 3 Marines, and an AA gun. And in C-Zone P22 off of Midway, we now have 3 naval transports, 4 destroyers, 1 light cruiser, 2 heavy cruisers, a fleet carrier with 2 fighters, and 6 battleships. And then we also have 2 coastal subs in P18. So that should be it for the United States and the KMT. Turning things over now to Hambone for Germany 12.1.